Hello, my friends. Hello. Excuse me. Hello, my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. It's been a long day. I've been working all day. Went also to the Dubai Mall. Let's see what's new. Had brunch, got myself some new Nike sneakers, and checked out a lot of charts. Checked out what's happening in the crypto market. And we're going to talk about that in a second. If you're here, please kind of put a like. I would appreciate the like very much. And before we start off, as always, you can join my Patreon private group where I have all the updates on what I'm doing in the market by following this link, which is also going to be in the comments down below and in the description of this video. Before we take off and I say hi to everyone and read everyone's comments, as always, we're just going to talk a little bit, do a little bit of the intro, what's going on. So basically what just happened recently is we finally got the correction we're expecting from XRP, when it was at 88 to 90 cent area and it was pumping hard after the positive lawsuit news. We had the market get very hyped and very excited. It was great to see because it was an important moment for the XRP community and it's an important moment for the entire crypto space. I myself was very happy, but I kept reiterating that, the turbo pump is not coming and that XRP only pumps with the rest of the market in the euphoria phase when everything is pumping. XRP pumps. And also, I of course did not announce this on publicly, but it was on my Patreon. I retweeted and tweeted the post from Patreon today with the chart, which shows that finally the correction came for XRP. So at the 88 to 90 cent zone, when everybody was excited, we were expecting a correction back to 51 to 59 cents. XRP has dropped 59 cents now. So it's already in the zone, so it can be in that zone somewhere. Now, once again, am I interested in buying in that zone? No, I'm not interested. Once again, for me, XRP would have to go much lower. Once it's in the 30s, and between the 5 cent to the 30s cent zone, I believe that's the accumulation phase for XRP, and you can start dollar cost averaging with equal amounts of money at new lows if you're lucky enough. We loaded up, at 35 cents in this cycle. Before that, early on in the other cycle, I loaded up very heavily at 15 cents, bought some at 10 cents. I was retweeted basically because, had some people giving me a tough time yesterday saying that I never predicted 15 cents. So I retweeted the tweets of people saying how I was able to predict 15 cents. Just so people know that it happened. The newcomers, OGs know. Also, one of the things I retweeted was about how basically it's very important. And also, I want to talk about, I took screenshots of what people said back then. So I was predicting that XRP will crash to 15 cents at roughly $3. So basically, somewhere around 2 years before it happened. And, the overwhelming majority of comments on there from anybody, even influencers, everybody was saying I'm a madman saying that it's going to go to 15 cents. But eventually it did go to 15 cents during the COVID crash. And people started saying that I got very lucky, that there's no way I could have predicted this, that I'm just a lucky idiot. Like, how could he have predicted COVID and all that? Of course, I did not predict COVID. But one thing that I kept talking about and reiterating in my videos that I reiterate now is that, of course, I could not have predicted COVID. But I said that once we do crash to 15 cents, excuse me, we'll have some scary narrative that accompanies that crash. And that whenever we get great entries, and it seems that, it's the end of the world in crypto, when we can get the best entries, there's always some very scary narrative that accompanies that crash. It just so happened that back then it was the COVID crash and the COVID narrative. It could have been anything else. It could have been Great Depression 2.0. It could have been Black Monday 2.0. It could have been the collapse of the banking system worldwide. Anything, you name it, right? Some kind of black swan event. It just so happened that it was COVID. And of course, I did not predict COVID. But what I was aware of and what the markets had taught me is that it's going to roughly 15 cents. The reason being because percentage-wise, that's what's happening in crypto every single time. So it just makes too much sense for that not to happen. It's not going to 589 by the end of the year in 2018. I kept reiterating that. And it also made a lot of sense that it's going to be accompanied by some very scary narrative so that, the majority of market participants miss out because that's just the way markets work. When you have great and fantastic entries and it's time to buy, there's always a reason for the majority of retail investors either not be interested or to be too scared to buy, which is why I keep religiously reiterating: ignore the noise around you, ignore the fear during hardcore crashes, and keep following the strategy and dollar cost averaging at new lows, and ignore the hype and excitement after huge pumps when everybody's telling you that this time the market won't crash. This time you told you that institutional adoption will pump the price further. You ignore that noise and start locking in profits and setting trailing stop losses and getting out of the market fully. Same thing once everything crashes hard, right? So at 15 cent, at 15 cents, basically, we had so many people proclaim XRP dead. There were so many people that could not believe that it happened, because they were saying that, they were arguing with me every single day, saying that SRP is never going to go below $1, that will never go below 50 cents, that it will never go below 30 cents, it will never go below 20 cents, it will never go below 15 cents. We bought some at 10 cents also. So many people have been proven to have, been wrong. My point is that, so basically, don't ever say never, in crypto. Just because a coin crashed 90% doesn't mean it can't crash another 90%. And be patient, with your entries. I had to wait for a 15-cent entry on XRP for a very long time, which is why to this day I'm in profit. Same thing with Ethereum. I started buying it earlier on, but I did have entries below $100, and I remember I bought like at $98. I believe I kept insisting that I believe it's very possible that it's going to go under $100. And once again, the simple narrative there being that percentage-wise, that's what's happened to coins all the time. And I had to wait a long time, and although Ethereum was down a lot, it still crashed. And the reason why I did well is because I followed my strategy that I teach now to my members, is that I did not allocate the money that I had put aside to put into Ethereum at those entries. I did not put it into anything else. Of course, the risk was that I could have missed out with those entries, right? That I could never got them. And there were some entries that I never got. For example, I missed out with roughly 20 or 25% of my accumulation budget for XRP, because I also thought that it can go as low as 5 to 1 cent, right? So I missed out with that. It never hit. But it doesn't matter, because I did not buy, XRP at like 50 cents or $1 like all the other people. My main target was 15 cents. So when I loaded up heavily at 15 cents, I still outperformed the majority of people out there and got way more XRP than most did, right? So yeah, I hope you understand what I'm saying, my friends. Anyway, let's see what everyone is saying here. Anthony Hicklin, hi there. How you doing, bud? My friend TT Legend, how you doing? Carlos Lozano, good to see you here too, bud. Thank you for being here. Philip Fickle saying, hello, Rob the God. Thank you, my friend. You're way too nice. Good to have you here. Cantor is saying, hey there, buddy. All the best. Peace, happiness, and love, my friend. Digital Nomad, my friend, is here, but he deleted his whatever he was saying for some reason. Russian Air saying, hello, mon ami. Salut, mec, ça va? Jay Huddle saying, is there a reason in 2021 charts XRP couldn't break past 2? Why couldn't it head to $3.50? Chart-wise, no, there's not much reason. So chart-wise, it was supposed to do everything that Ethereum and Bitcoin did, and it was doing just that and outperforming both coins before the SEC stepped in. We just had the SEC ruin the pump, and as Brad Garlinghouse pointed out the day that the SEC came out with the lawsuit, is that the SEC decided to pick losers and winners, and they didn't touch Ethereum or Bitcoin. That's exactly why they breached all-time highs. They targeted XRP. That's exactly why it didn't breach all-time highs. Why did they target XRP? I believe the answer is very simple: because it's faster. And much more efficient in terms of transaction cost, because it's much easier and faster and cheaper to move around the world than both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I believe it was purposely targeted for that reason. We can dwell into a lot of theories. Was it done by, basically, you could say, the banking cartel, because it is a threat to the SWIFT international settlement system, messaging systems are. We can dwell into that. The point is, basically, it was singled out and targeted by Jay Clayton on the last day of him being the chairman of the CEO, the head of the CEO. So doing that as your last thing before you leave, targeting that specific coin, that's basically that was always either the second or third biggest blue chip that is much faster and cheaper to transact than both Ethereum and Bitcoin, while Bitcoin and Ethereum were not touched. It's a little bit sneaky. It's just quite sneaky, especially when it happened like 2 or 3 days after Bitcoin reached its all-time high, because anybody who looks at charts knows that that's when altcoins start going crazy. So yeah, that's very sneaky. Sergio Azevedo saying, hello, Rob. Hello there, bud. I know that you're a member, so it's good to have you here. CJ Mueller, hello, bud. How are you doing? Darcy is saying, Rob, could you not wait 4 more minutes? I was just listening to Tori Corton's video. He just tweeted. I know you know that he's one of the best in the market. Absolutely, my friend. I love Tori. Tori and I have been at it for a long time. I consider him a very good analyst. He's one of those people that I always recommend to others. He keeps it real. Nothing but love and respect for Tori. He's my bro, and what else can I say? Tori is one of those guys like back in the day that just like me, bought XRP at a very cheap and low price. So yeah. Randall Green is saying, "Hi Rob, hope you're well. Do you think the price will drop?" What I think, my friend, is that I think it will go lower, in my personal humble opinion. And also, once again, I'm not interested in buying XRP unless it does go lower. So I will only buy if it goes lower. And I will also add all the other coins only if they go lower. So like I said, I'm only interested in XRP. I know this sounds crazy and I'm not predicting it, but I told you what I'm only interested in to make sure that I get more great ROI, even better ROI than I have right now. Because once again, I did load up at 15 cents and I already went through all the pain. I deserved those amazing entries at 15 cents. But what I'm trying to say is I'm only interested in XRP purchases from in the 5 cent to the 35 cent zone. So roughly there, somewhere in that zone. Once again, do I know whether or not it's going to go there? I don't, but that's what I'm interested in, and that's where I've allocated my money to add more XRP at new lows. Dollar cost average on the way down. Otherwise, I'm holding my bags and waiting for XRP to move with the rest of the coins in the euphoria phase. And I believe XRP will perform well when it does with the rest of the market. And once it does, I'll be raking in profits. The man from Chicago, good to have you here, brother. That's another member. I'm well. How are you, brother? It's lagging. I'm lagging. I don't know what's wrong lately. Like, I don't know, maybe the internet is bad here. Like something happened. I don't know what's happening, guys. Like, also people complained yesterday. I'm not quite sure what I can do. I pay well for the internet. I have a good connection, but like, I don't know what's going on. Can you guys hear me well? Is it lagging for everyone? I would appreciate like a quick reply. If it's lagging for you, say yes. If it's not lagging for you, please write no. Scorpio Red, the connection is perfect. Okay, okay. No, no. Okay. Thank you, my friends. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your response. I appreciate it. Please kindly put a like while you're here, my friends. Rossoneri is saying, do you think that MS and 100x patron can have an average of 30 to 40 during the next bull run? Yes, I think so. Yes, I think so, my friend. I think that's possible. The main thing that we're going to do though is that, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be raising a trillion take profit for every single coin. So no matter what the market does, maybe it will be more than that, and maybe it will be less than that. But whatever the market does, we'll be getting out in great and life-changing profits. The kind of profits though they will not be making anywhere else probably, because once again, from what I've seen in the last cycles with other groups and whatnot, I know a lot of people got hurt. Like for example, I know just two people. I just know two people who are also selling Bitcoin around the same area I was selling, or selling Ethereum around the same area I was selling. Uh, as for other coins, I literally don't know anybody, and I'm not trying to put a crown on my head or anything of that sort. I'm definitely not that kind of person. People who know me, they know that I just like to keep it realistic, but I definitely don't know anybody except two people in terms of Ethereum Bitcoin who was selling when I was selling. And it had nothing to do with me calling the tops and being perfect. It was my strategy of raising a trailing stop loss and getting out fully and ignoring further pumps and only buying after huge crashes once the take profit is hit and you get out a great profit. That's what I would say is probably my number one secret of being successful in crypto. So I think it can do. Like I said, I think the ROI you just mentioned can and will be delivered. But in the euphoria phase, we'll see what it will actually be. Maybe more, maybe less, but it will be good. Digital nomad, I see, brother, I see. Spencer Allen, first take profit target for XRP. My friend, significantly higher where it is right now, and also other buy-ins significantly lower where it is right now. XRP is currently in a neutral zone. It's kind of zone where I personally don't do anything. It's too expensive to buy and it's too cheap to sell. So we're going to have to be patient to see which way the market goes. If it goes up higher, we'll start selling. If it goes low, we'll start buying more. Noise is on RG. I'm happy we're finally able to catch a live, brother. Very easy hydroponics island is saying, is this the start of a bull run in your opinion, Rob? No, I don't think that this is the start of a bull run. I believe that people are going to have to be more patient. I believe that all the coins, the ones that do pump, are going to pump in euphoria phase. And I believe that basically everything that's been happening so far in terms of cycles before is happening once again, roughly, give or take. It doesn't have to be perfect, but give or take is roughly happening again. So I believe that people are going to have to be more patient and wait for that euphoria phase to hit, especially the last 200 to 300 days where coins go crazy. So I don't think that XRP is about to take off right now. What happens if I'm wrong? Well, what happens is that I'm going to just take profits earlier because the main percentage and main metric or metric the market is percentage gain, and time frames are only a secondary metric. So if I'm wrong, I'm just going to get paid earlier. But if I'm right, I won't be disappointed, and I will have a realistic outlook at the market, not lose interest, not get hurt psychologically, and sell when I expect to sell. And that's not anytime soon. And so if I'm wrong, I just buy. I just sell earlier. But it's better to be safe than sorry, and it's better to be realistic, in my opinion. G Huddle, thank you, brother. I appreciate the advice. Staying fresh again, realistic. What's your XRP price in the next year or so? I'm not going to answer that, my friend, because that's like a one moon question, kind of, with all due respect. Once again, I'm just going to answer that. I believe that in the euphoria phase of the market, that XRP will pump well and deliver great profits. I believe XRP will deliver great ROI for the patient investor who is realistic and is ready to wait. I believe those people are going to make money. Sometimes, respectfully, my friend, people ask the wrong questions. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. So you can't really give a correct answer if you're asking the wrong question. You have to start thinking a certain way to ask the right question and get the right answer. Oh, my friend, Chainsaw Jackson is here. It's good to see you here, brother. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Thank you for finding time to join. I appreciate it. Spencer Allen, thank you for the question, but Noasis NRG saying, question, Rob, what are your thoughts on Ripple going after the derivatives market? I don't think that anything grand is going to happen. I know that there are a lot of theories out there, that people have all these fundamental analysis, but I'm just going to once again say the truth here that a lot of people are not going to like, is that all the fundamental analysis has really wrecked people, in the sense that fundamentalists don't take profits, because they keep thinking that utility and institutional adoption is going to kick in and the price is pumping in euphoria phase, always because of the institution, and because it's actually being used by banks. But then it crashes roughly 90% every single time. So it's not just the case with XRP; it's the case with all utility coins. So I don't think it's going to do anything for the price, and I think it's irrelevant. I think that maybe the only relevance of such news like derivatives market and all that, maybe the only reason why it's relevant is because people who do, like, the utility is important in this sense that people they tend to gravitate towards coins with nice utility cases because it makes them feel safe about their investment, right? Nobody wants to, like, majority of people doesn't want to admit that they're investing into a pump and dump. Every single coin out there is a pump and dump. That's why so many pump very hard. Some don't even pump hard, but everything dumps very hard in the bear market, anywhere from 80 to 99%. So every single coin is a pump and dump, whether or not you like it. Open the chart, it pumps and it dumps, so it's a pump and dump. So the truth is that fundamentals and all these all these nations don't do anything for the coins, right? But it's important once again because people they feel secure, so they want to make sure like it makes them feel cozy and nice about their investment, like it's in good hands. If there's a good team, if they're partnered with names that you know about, if they see that basically, even if you don't know the name, but you see that the coin or the project is partnered with some big bank or big company that's like doing big things in the world, that's like has a big market cap, it's more understandable for you to gravitate towards that. It's human psychology looking for safety, right? So in that sense, it's important, and I incorporate that into when I, for example, analyze coin and I pick out gems, like even in my $99 tier, where I believe, I have the coins where that I can do 50 to 100x, and I throw a little money at. And even in my million spreadsheet that I'm the main plate, I always incorporate that and then take that into account. That people do believe in use cases and utility is a very important factor to understand human psychology, because what we're actually doing in this market is really analyzing human psychology, right? We're basically buying and selling people's feelings that are translated into numbers, which are then translated into money in your pocket, or lack of it. So it's important because people pick out utility coins and they like utility coins. That's where it's important to understand that. But it's also important to understand that it does nothing for the price, which is why coins crash so hard every single time. For example, let's take XRP, because we're talking about XRP just now. And the last cycle dumped 97%, and this one it dumped 85%. Utility don't do anything to stop those crashes, right? Same with other coins. uh, just a second, guys. I'm going through your questions. Hope I don't miss anything. Scorpio Red, do you think SRP will ever have a utility bull run? I believe that it's possible when crypto has its .com bubble and everything crashes hard and regulations hit heavy, and basically everything is reorganized, destroyed, and then reorganized, and everything becomes much more mainstream and traditional. And basically, all traditional exchanges and whatnot start uh, listing crypto, and crypto becomes like a traditional market, more of like a blue chip market. I believe yes, that then the price will start. That utility will be reflected in the price probably. Can we guarantee this? No, but probably it will get there. So basically, market cycles will lengthen, and the growth will be much more steady and slow, and you'll have to hold for much longer for the ROI to be big, and the market will be a lot less volatile. There'll probably be some regulation rules, even when the market is closed or when it's open. It won't be 24/7 anymore. So yeah, in that phase, I believe so. Do I believe before that utility use cases matter? No, they don't. If you disagree with me, again, once again, open every single chart and ask yourself, what would happen if you would just dump the utility bullshit and just sell what you need to sell and buy after huge dumps and not hold, right? You would have money. You would be a millionaire right now. Like, that's what I've achieved. So, Scorpio Red is saying, if you have a lot of crypto in large amounts, it's a lot easier to take profits than someone who don't have much and has smaller bags. You see, Scorpio Red, you should not be thinking that way, because I came into this market with $12,800. I wanted to be a millionaire right away, but I was realistic enough to realize that's not going to happen in one cycle. So I made hundreds of thousands that got out, and then the next cycle turned hundreds of thousands into much bigger sums. You should not be looking at the dollar valuation. You should be looking at the ROI and percentages. So that's what matters the most. Unfortunately, most people have a lot less than other people have, right? And you have to look at the ROI. If you made, say, 5,000%, and the majority of the market participants don't even make that, because 80% of crypto investors lose money, well, you just did very well. You did exceptionally well. You have to understand that you're probably one of the best crypto investors out there. So look at the ROI, look at the percentage gain. Don't look at the dollar valuation of your portfolio, my friend. Erasmus is saying, which wallets do you use to store RNDR, WTK, and other coins? Erasmus, if you remember, please kindly send me a DM on Patreon, and I'll answer that. I don't want to answer that here, my friend, publicly. But if you remember, of course, I'll answer you in the DM and tell you which wallet I use, my brother. Becky Tran, thank you for the nice comment. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Go, Sam. It's good to have you here. Whoa, sorry. Roger Richard is saying, will you load up on your 100x coins if the market goes significantly lower? If it goes significantly lower, I will probably add to some of them little sums, and instead of DCing into other ones, I'll add more other coins. Since, like I said, there are smaller sums, and the whole purpose of these gems is to make sure that we get as many of them as possible to enhance our chance of catching 50 to 100x plays. But there are some of them that I will add a little more money to if we do crash hard, because I do believe that some of them probably will do better than others, although I tried my best to keep away from that kind of psychology. For just a few coins, I'll make non-relevant exceptions, I guess. Like what I'm trying to say is here, it's tiny money for me, so it really doesn't matter for me if I lose something like $500 or $3,000. Like, I really don't care. That's not much money for me. So if for you, if it's $50 or $100, that's what it has to be, right? If it's, as long as small sums. So yeah, that's that. Russell Mary saying, according to your last market update, if Dow and Nasdaq don't do a new all-time high, what do you think about the crypto market for 2023, 2024? Well, what I think is that the crypto market is not going to do anything that is significant and that is sustainable in those years anyway. Like I said, I believe that in roughly 2025, we're going to have the blow-off euphoria phase where it's going to peak. What's going to happen meanwhile is kind of difficult to tell what's kind of certain market cycle we're going to have. Currently, it's looking a lot much more like the 2018 to 2022 market cycle than the 2014 to the 2018 cycle. If you're a patron, you know what I'm referring to right now. So it doesn't look like we're going to have the nice and steady slow climb. It looks like after a pump, we're going to have a decent big correction. That's what it's looking like right now. To answer your question, if we see that the Dow and the stock indexes are not making new highs, and we see that something is looking off and different, we're going to act different. We're going to sell earlier, and we're going to wait for the crashes and we buy there, and sell the euphoria phase. Currently, right now, though, everything is looking fine. Like I mentioned, everything is looking the way it's always looked in the last two cycles. And I don't see a reason to worry. I don't see a reason. I don't see basically any technical proof, and I don't see any technical evidence that something different is happening this time. I don't see it. All that I see right now in terms of technical evidence and TA is that what we're having right now is exactly what happened more or less roughly in the last two cycles. Corporate read long term, Bitcoin seems to outperform a lot of alts long term. What do you mean by long term? If it's a cycle, then no. Like, for example, I'll give you an example of, first of all, Bitcoin does pump 2,000, it pumped 2,000% in the last cycle, so it did outperform a lot of altcoins because, a lot of shit coins, excuse my French, didn't even deliver that. But the coins that did deliver, Bitcoin pumped nowhere near as hard. There were coins that pumped like 100,000%. So, I'm not again, it depends what you're saying long term. I play every single cycle by cycle by cycle. Like, I don't think the way a lot of people think, like you buy a coin and you hold for 10 years and then you sell. Right? That's not how I think. I think in terms of cycles, because that's the biggest ROI you can make. So I wait for major crashes, I buy. I wait for major pumps, I sell, I get out fully. I wait for major crashes, I buy. I wait for major pumps, I sell, I get out fully. I wait for major crashes, I buy, so on and so forth. So that's the best way to do it, in my opinion, without trying to catch bottom or the top, without seeking perfection. If you're doing the right thing, you have the right strategy, you're going to make life-changing gains, like life-changing gains you won't make anywhere in the speculative markets. Observation channel saying, hit the like button. Yes, please, my friends. Please hit the like button. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Crypto Tars 333 saying crypto winter is over and we're now in spring. It's time to plant those seeds, farmers. Actually, my friend, it was time to plant those seeds during the crypto winter. Like currently, Bitcoin is out of the accumulation phase, Ethereum is out of the accumulation phase, XRP is out of the accumulation phase, and many coins that we bought are out of the accumulation phase. Some of them are still in the accumulation phase if you're willing to temporarily hold big losses that will eventually recover. Not all of them, but the ones that do recover will deliver amazing gains. But anyway, to buy like right now is not the accumulation phase. The seeds had to be planted much earlier, where my Patreon members and I did plant the seeds. We bought Bitcoin much lower, we bought Ethereum much lower, we bought other coins much lower. So yeah. And what's wrong with the chart? Excuse me. Crypto Taurus is saying value is in the utility. No, it's not. No, value is not in the utility. I judge coins by the ROI they deliver. I don't judge it by utility or YouTube likes or somebody's telling me that I'm going to do well. The way I judge a coin is by the amount of money that is put in my pocket. And I can tell you that meme coins and other speculative coins that have different utility use case narratives or not use case narratives. Let's say even gaming coins and whatnot have put more money in my pocket than utility narratives. Not that I have anything against utility. I do have many utility coins in my bag with different use cases. I believe it's important to diversify into different narratives, which is why I'll always do that. But the value is not in utility. So people who take that values in a utility haven't made a decent buck. They've been holding it because of utility, and their life hasn't changed. My life has changed drastically, and I've changed it completely because I did not believe in utility. I sold when everything needs to be sold, and it looks like I've been doing the right thing because the market crashes hard every single time. Value is in whatever makes you a lot of money. Dogecoin was proclaimed a dead shit coin and meme coin in the last cycle. It outperformed every single utility coin that I know of. Noises NRG, thank you, brother, for your kind word. Go Sam, I can't possibly know whether or not there's going to be another Black Swan event next year. But what I do know is that we have much lower targets on our million spreadsheet. And for them to hit, I would have to have a scary narrative accompanying those targets. Whether or not it's going to happen, I don't know. But I do know, once I've mentioned many times, that it's currently we're in a neutral zone. We're not selling because the prices aren't high enough to sell. And we're not buying because the prices are not good enough to buy. If the market crashes further and gives us new lows, we're going to dollar cost average equal amounts of money. Like the money I put on the site to get those entries, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it, and I'm not touching that money. I'll only touch it to get those entries. If I don't get those entries, I'll miss out with those specific entries, which it doesn't matter because I already have great hedges on many different coins that I bought after huge crashes, and I'll sell them in the euphoria phase for a great profit. If I start forcing these entries now, of course, I can get lucky and have a lot more money in the market and have everything bump very hard. But what if the market does crash hard? And what if it does go to those low targets? I will not be able to bring down my average, and therefore the ROI will be much smaller because my average will suck. When big pumps come, I'll basically be breaking even when I'm supposed to be making already thousands in ROI. So it's important to follow rules, in the strategy. Richard Payne is saying, will we ever need an exit strategy, or will XRP be such a currency that we will never leave it for anything else? My friend, I don't believe there's anything special about XRP. Like XRP is just another blue chip, right? You have to understand that. Like, once again, if you don't believe me, open the chart. You will see for yourself that it pumps well with other coins, and that it crashes hard and harder than many other coins out there. So of course we're going to sell XRP. We're going to sell every single other coin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, BNB, you name it, basically whatever coins on a portfolio, we're going to sell it at euphoria phase, no matter what the coin has done. And XRP is no exception. People have been making XRP an exception. Like right now, I also want to point out the moment I said that, all of a sudden, the members went from 70 to 54 because people don't want to hear the truth. I know truth hurts, guys. It sucks, right? Nobody likes the truth. The truth is, if you're going to believe in that utility bullshit, you're not going to make any money. You want to make money? Suck it up. Stop believing in that little bullshit from riddlers, please, and start taking profits. XRP is not special. I know it's difficult to hear. It is what it is. Once it pumps, and I believe it will pump well in euphoria stage and make a lot of people a lot of money who are patient, press the sell button, sell and get out. Monk Studio. Cardano. Cardano is a coin that you can diversify into without favoring it over other blue chips. Make sure that you allocate the same amount of money into Cardano that you allocate to other blue chips in your portfolio, in case that It doesn't perform well. If it does, you've got the good amount. Moon check. Do you think the bears and brothers are true about the moon story? I don't know what you're referring to, my friend, but I do not respect the Riddlers and their circus narratives, because it's just funny and ridiculous. Absolutely, very well said. Cartoon bears will get you right, brother. That's very true. Very true. Scorpio, right? No, of course, I'm not investing all my money. I've allocated a certain amount that I'm willing to put into the crypto market. And of course, I'm not going to put all my money into the crypto market or any speculative market. I keep reiterating this. I know that at the beginning, so I'm not one of these people who are going to tell you the BS, like don't invest what you can't afford to lose. Because in the beginning, if you don't have much, like I didn't, you put in pretty much all the money you could barely save and scrape up. Like I said, with me, it was nearly $13,000, right? Of course, I didn't want to lose that, but that's all I had. That's the risk I had to take. But of course, if you have hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions at your disposal, of course, you should not be investing all of your money in the market. And you should not be investing more than you can afford to lose. So right now, I'm not investing more than I can afford to lose. Erasmus, which wallets do you use to store the majority of coins in the MS route? My friend, once again, send me a DM on Patreon and I'll answer that, my friend. I don't want to answer such questions publicly because you never know who's watching. Like, for safety reasons, brother, I hope you understand me. Darcy saying, Alan, Tori Court and Rob are the only people I listen to anymore. All the others are hype artists. Darcy, thank you, my friend. Yeah, I absolutely love Tori. Send my love to him if you talk to him. Viddy 50 saying, hey, Rob, do you recommend any books you have read that have helped you be the great investor that you are? I've followed you for a long time and I respect your game. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the kind word. I can't say that I've read anything that has really helped me. Like, I'm a self-taught guy. That's just, I don't know, like with experience, it came with experience. Like before I started doing well, I mentioned this. I did have like 1,600 and I believe like $1,800 portfolios. I wrecked them completely both because I didn't know what I'm doing. So for me that was decent money. So back in the day, and I learned from my mistakes. I started the diary. I stopped listening to the traditional TA. I understood that basically it doesn't really do much for you. And I started looking at the different ways what my mistakes were, adjusting them using logic, uh, setting like basically coming up with such thing as trailing take profits as the coin pumps. All these things that I teach right now, right? And for example, one of the things that I changed, like for example, in the last cycle, what I would do is when I would dollar cost average, with some coins, not with all of them. What I would do is I would invest like, let's say basically I take like 100, like let's just say I take 10K, right, to invest into SRP after huge crashes. So what I would do with some of these coins would like I would invest 1,000 after a 70% crash, then 2,000 after an 80% crash, then 3,000 after an 85% crash, and then 4,000. Like after a 95% crash, and then the rest of it, like after like a 98 or 97% crash. So uh, I've changed that. I realized that basically, of course, it's good to have bigger sums if the coin goes lower because you bring down your average a lot and you have a lot more coins. Therefore, you make much more money when the coin explodes. But I also realized that what if you miss out with those entries, right? So what I changed, for example, is that now I dollar cost average with equal amounts of money after huge crashes. And actually, like if you have the million spreadsheet, you probably noticed that the last entry at the bottom for every single coin is significantly smaller than the entries before it if you're lucky enough to get it right. So VD 50 basically, excuse me, what I'm trying to say is I'm self-taught and it comes with experience. Um, but I know that you're a member, VD 50, right? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you're a member, brother. Um, Write me on Patreon saying this is VD 50. Ask the same question, and if you want to look into TA, I can send you the link of a dude that I do respect that has written best-selling books on Amazon. That if you're willing to study, he will help you with TA. But I mean, you have to work your ass off, brother. You have to put in the work, and you still have to learn and get there through trial and error. I've been like I mentioned this before. It's not just in crypto. I've had experience with stocks and penny stocks before, pink sheets. So it's been a long journey for me before I made it. Like it's been a very long journey. It takes work. It takes hard work. You're gonna fall along the way. You're gonna have your portfolio get absolutely destroyed. You're gonna realize that you should not be listening to moon boys or doom boys and all this BS out there, right? You're either gonna quit because that's what most people do, or you're going to learn how to make money. And what I do in this Patreon group of mine, right? I try to teach you to get rid of all that BS that you don't need to go through. That what I went through, and I teach you what works, and all the stuff that works is really quite simple and straightforward. And I try to teach you, and I try to have you memorize it, and I keep reiterating that stuff. So if you're a Patreon member, which I think you are, go through all the posts that are published there. You'll pick up the rules, you'll pick up the mentality, you'll pick up the market psychology, what I wait for, the percentages, right? Go scroll down to the very, very bottom. If you're basically even in the $29 tier, you'll have access to the whole video course. Watch that video course, right? I believe it's very, very informative. So, yeah. Copyright saying you're making me regret all my past crypto decisions so badly. Let them go, brother. It's okay. Like, if you keep thinking that way, you're not going to get anywhere. I've made a lot of mistakes back in the day also before, I came up with my strategy, and I'm still trying to improve that strategy every single cycle. I'll let it go, brother. Don't think that way. The thing is right now, you concentrate on what's happening now, and what's happening right now in this cycle. No matter what happens, we're going to make good money. We're going to outperform the majority of the market, and we're going to leave with great money and great profit. Concentrate on that. Let the past go, brother. System Sentinel saying, drop the facts, drop. Truth over delusion. XRP cultists are as bad as the BTC maxis or any maxi. Yeah, thank you, my friend. Absolutely. Bitcoin maximalist, Ethereum maximalist, XRP maximalist, I don't know, Dogecoin maximalist. Maximalism is like it's not something I'm a part of. I do not respect maximalism. I'm a profits maximalist, right? I'm diversified. I'm diversified into all those coins. Like I don't understand why hate each other, and like why try to pick a coin and say that this is the best coin. Just buy all of them for goodness sake, right? Buy some Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum, some XRP, some Dogecoin, and other coins, right? Like why not be invested in all these coins? Like all the people that were obsessed about XRP and Bitcoin in the last cycle only made roughly 2,000%, and that's if they bought the exact bottom and sold the exact top. And let's be honest, 99.99% of the market did not do that. Whereas those who bought Ethereum made roughly 5,000%. Then those who bought BNB made over 100x. Those who bought Doge made a lot of money. Those who bought VNT made a lot of money. And even if you bought 5 other coins or 7 other coins that went to zero, it does not matter because those coins are just named did so well that you still made a lot of money, right? So diversification works. And the people say it doesn't work, well, who are you listening to really, right? Are you listening to the people who, like, with all due respect, are working a 9-to-5 job, or a guy who's full-time crypto and is a millionaire, right? Who are you going to listen to? That's my point. A guy who did it, or the guy who's talking out of his ass? So, yeah. Noesis is saying, although I love the Moon Boy videos, I like that you keep me grounded, Rob. Thanks. And cheers, brother. I appreciate you being here. And yeah, I appreciate the nice comment. Thank you. Amir Kiramani is saying, smash the like button. Yes, please. Thank you very much, my friend, for the reminder. Please kindly smash the like button. My friend VIP Solanki, another member, is here. He says, hey, Rob, nice to catch you live. Still no notification from YouTube. I'm sorry, brother. I don't know. I wish YouTube would, maybe because, my channel is not big enough. I'm not important enough for it to work properly. Maybe if I had like 1 million followers, it would work better probably. But yeah. Darren Davis is saying, thank you for your support for the people who don't have much XRP and can't afford the extra help. Thank you, sir. Darren Davis, thank you, brother, for finding the time to join. And, it's awesome to have so many people along on this journey, to make friends, make acquaintances. So I really appreciate it. Scorpio Red, I'm currently only in crypto. Currently, I'm only in crypto. Scorpio Red is saying, being a maxi prior to last bull market is the sole reason why I'm not rich and I'm not retired right now. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. The thing is, You have to think about this. For example, let's say if last cycle you bought, I don't know, 20 coins, let's just say, right? Let's say 15 of them did not do well, right? 15, right? That's pretty crazy. That's like, if you think about it, that's terrible. But let's say the other five were that did very well. VET, that it did 80x. Doge, let's say you got the 100x. BNB, the 100x. And let's say you made 20x and, I don't know, Ethereum and 10x on Bitcoin. That's it. Everything is great. You get my point? So yeah, my friends. All right, bro, my friends, I appreciate it. It's been 45 minutes. It's been a long day. I'll catch you, the members on Patreon and others. I'll catch you on Twitter. I really appreciate your time. I hope you have an amazing day and an amazing week. We'll do another live tomorrow. Please kind of put a like, and bye-bye. Love, guys.